Ymir, King of the Giants, has returned. Last time we set out on a journey. We left Hardhome with just over 50 giants, and we managed to take Eastwatch by the Sea from the Night's Watch. It was a brutal battle, but we managed to come out the winner. Although while we were setting up our base of operations ready to plan our next attack, the Night's Watch assembled an army of 600 soldiers and attempted to retake their castle. But we had the militia on our side. The locals have decided to side with the giants. They decided to help us take down the Night's Watch. It was a brutal defense. I lost about 10 giants in the battle, but we managed to defeat the army. All that remains of the Night Watch are those 8 soldiers. But now we're gonna try something risky. We are gonna attempt to sail back to Hardhome, sell the prisoners, sell all the battle loot, go to Then, buy some more giants, and return to Eastwatch, all before the Night's Watch can assemble another army. I'm hoping because we've just taken down 600 of them, there can't be that many more left, especially with the war against the Free Folk, so we should have enough time to quickly make the trip north and return before another army shows up on our doorstep. So I guess that being said, it is time for the giants to head out on their journey. We have arrived back at Hardhome. I am currently in the process of going through all of my battle loot to make sure I don't sell something I want to keep. And while I was here, I thought I'd have a quick look at the stock, and look what I just found. We have found a Giants Club. It will set us back 33,000 gold. But look at the damage, nearly 400 blunt damage. It breaks through defenses, it is overpowered. We have no choice but to buy it. We're going to have to sell our sword. It'll fetch 15,000 gold, so that'll cover half the price. But not only that, while I was scrolling even further, I found a giant's bow, 120 piercing damage, 100 accuracy, 100 speed. No wonder my giants are absolutely slaughtering the enemy. This, however, costs a little bit more than the club at 170,000 gold. I think what we should do going forward, since we now know the giant's bow can be bought in the store, I think we should start using a bow of our own and try and level up our archery skill. At least that way, once I build up enough gold, we can get the giant's bow. The arrows themselves are also 170,000. They add an additional 10 piercing damage. Oh man, that is going to set me back quite a bit. If I sell all of the battle loot right now, we will get 74,000 and the store is out of gold. So how about if I decide to buy the giant's bow? I'll only have to pay 42,000 for them both. But it does mean we're not going to be able to buy any additional giants in the army. I think we have to go for it. To fit in with my giant soldiers, we're just going to have to pay the 42,000. I don't know if there's also giant's armor in the store. That would be pretty cool if we could get our hands on some giant's armor. But I don't think there is. There are giant gloves which cost 7,000 and will give us 4 more armor. I don't know if they're all... Oh, there are giant boots. They are pretty good. But as I said, that has set us back 48,000 gold. I don't want to recruit any additional giants because we need to have some kind of gold reserve to pay the wages and everything. So it does mean we're just going to have to head back to Eastwatch with our current army as it is. But we do now have a giant's bow and club. It has been a few days since we last saw any movement from the Night's Watch. I don't know what they're up to, but I don't like the silence. it means they're plotting something, I just don't know what. But now that the giants have recovered, we're in a good enough position where we can march forward. We're going to find out what the Night's Watch are up to once and for all and put a stop to them. You can see me with my giant bow and my giant club, ready to do some clobbering. I don't think we're going to be able to storm Castle Black in our current situation. But if we do encounter any Night's Watch armies, we should be able to stop them. We have encountered an army belonging to the Night's Watch. We will fight to our last drop of blood. But not only that, by the time we arrived at Castle Black, the Night's Watch somehow made it past me without me realizing and have started besieging my castle. So we're going to have to defeat this army. It shouldn't be too hard. It should be a straightforward battle. And then we're going to have to run back to our land and defend it from the invaders. Alright, giants, the Night's Watch are just over that hill. Hold your fire for now, men. Hold your fire. As soon as they come up over the mound, it is time to bring an end to them once and for all. I can even join in this time. I have a giant's bow of my own. Okay, my accuracy is questionable, it seems. Just like the throw-in weapons, I'm not doing an awful lot. How can one man be so bad at this game? Alright, you may as well charge, men. Not even the shield can stop our swing. As for the cavalry, well, we'll soon put a stop to that. We truly are unstoppable. I will kill any man who comes into range of my club. Everyone shall fall to the Giants clan. And we have defeated the army already. A messenger approaches your party. My lord, I bear despicable tidings. Robb Stark, the king in the north, has been murdered. Well, we knew it was coming. It was only a matter of time. I don't really care for human politics, so I'm not too sure why we're being told. But better still, why is there a messenger running from the south all the way to my camp just to tell the giants that Robb Stark has been murdered? I don't think we care, my friend. I don't even know if any of the giants even know who Robb Stark is. We giants only have one thing on our mind, and that is to crush our opponent's skulls. Meanwhile, we have finally arrived at the castle. It is an army of over 400. With an additional 70 that has joined them, we managed to get here before they begun the attack. They did build a battering ram, so if we were any slower, we might have missed our opportunity to save our castle. Although that also being said, we are outnumbered over 10 to 1. Can me and my giants put a stop to the Night's Watch once more? We don't have castle walls to protect us. We don't have siege defenses. It will just be an open field, and across it, 400 enemies. Giants, today our strength is truly being put to the test. Across the battlefield, over 400 of the Night's Watch finest soldiers. I say finest soldiers, it's probably all that's left. With the amount that we have killed, I can't imagine there's any more in reserve. Their cavalry is running at us at full speed. It's not really gonna do much. I mean, I'll get ready to swing. This one's mine, lads. Oh, I missed, and I missed again. Well, that is awkward. Alright, giants. Are you ready? It is time to unleash hell on the Night's Watch. Ignore the cavalry, men! Fire at the infantry! The cavalry is the least of my concern at the moment. We may as well get our bow ready and help out the men. We need to inflict as many casualties as possible. The Night's Watch Rangers are trying to fire at us from a distance. The infantry is all but, like, I mean, they're pretty much wiped out. I don't think there's a single bit of infantry remaining. As for the ranged, we're pretty much gonna clean up here. It won't be long until we run out of arrows. Half the men already have, in which case, soldiers, it is time to charge. Let's bring an end to them once and for all. For if an army of 500 can't stop us, what can? Okay, apparently being really short can put a stop to me. We still need to work on our accuracy, it seems. And we're done. The battle is over. We have defended our land. We have defeated the Night's Watch. What is there for us to do next? Now that we have defeated the army, I think it's a good time to run back to Sen at the very north of the map and get some additional giants in the army. At the moment, we've proven we don't really need them, but the more that we can get, we can start focusing on Castle Black. It has been about 2 weeks since we set out on our journey north to recruit some additional giants. I returned back to my castle with an army of 58, and while we were planning our next move, Joe Mormont decided he was going to beat me to it and has assembled an army of 600 to besiege my castle. I think this will be the strategy. We have shown that we can defeat an army of nearly 500 with only 45 giants. Now that we have nearly 60, if we sally out and meet the enemy on the battlefield, we might be able to put a stop to them. Then, once we defeat the army, we use the battle loot and the prisoners to earn even more gold, recruit even more giants, and I think we will finally have enough to make a move against Castle Black. That's right. We are going to storm into the heart of the Night's Watch and take it from them. But first, we must face Jor on the battlefield. We have sallied out alone. We don't have the militia to back us up, and to be honest, I don't blame them. They didn't ask for this war. They didn't want to be a part of this, so it's only fair that we don't drag them into it. Instead, it shall be the Giants clan standing side by side with one another. Giants, once again we face the Night's Watch. An army of 600 stands across the battlefield. Can we stop them? Of course we can. Fire at will, men. Fire at will. As for the cavalry, we're gonna kill one of them at least. Maybe two. Okay, we missed the second guy, but it's fine. The infantry is pretty close already, so the giants should start firing. The fresh recruits don't have a bow yet, which isn't ideal. For assuming they survive this battle, I'm sure they'll be upgraded once we're done. The kill feed is nice and green as usual. I'm glad we bought the Giant's Bow though. It is proving to be much more effective than the javelins we were trying to use. Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. That just sums up the strength of the giants, though. I just friendly fired a man with the giant's bow that deals 120 damage, and all he took was 7 damage. But we may as well charge. There's no point standing around while the Night's Watch Rangers attempt to gun us down. Hang on a minute, one of those harpy soldiers blocked my swing? We should have snapped his sword in half. He shouldn't be able to block our attacks. Well, there goes his skull. Oh, never mind. Someone else finished him off. As for this guy back here, I have an... Oh, never mind. Someone else finished him off. As for this guy, we'll get him instead. Nope, we'll miss. And someone else just smacked him in the head. I have captured all of the prisoners ready to sell for gold. All of the giants but one leveled up. Poor guy didn't earn enough XP. But we're now going to head north, sell all of this battle loot, ransom all of the prisoners. And I mean, we should hopefully have about 70 giants in the army. That's where I'm hoping with all of this battle loot. Whether we will or not, we'll have to find out. But if we do have at least 70, then we are 100% marching on Castle Black. Joffrey Baratheon has been murdered. I'm not too sure how many events are left before Stannis shows up in the north and defeats Mance Rayder. And then after that, I don't know how long it will be until the Night King finally arrives. We have to continue making our way south. I don't know if Castle Black is going to be enough. We will focus on Castle Black, but once we successfully take it, we may have to look even further south and make our way to Winterfell. Or maybe we focus even further south than that and storm King's Landing. Maybe Ymir should sit on the Iron Throne. It is now spring. We have once again made it back from our trip to the north. We managed to recruit some additional giants. I didn't quite get the 70 I was looking for. We only managed 68, but I feel like that is still enough to finally make our move on Castle Black. We are going to start marching. If the Night's Watch assemble another army to take the castle, we're going to leave them. Because if we swap the castle for Castle Black, in my books, we have come out the winner there. So we'll use the East Watch as a distraction while we launch our attack on their main settlement. And then with Castle Black in our hands, we can expand outwards. But also with Castle Black, we can sell all of our battle loot and stuff inside there. We don't have to keep traveling to Hardhome. We will still have to go to Fen, but the good news is we won't have to sail around the outside. By holding Castle Black, we can just run through this gate here, and it should shorten our trips north. It is time to lead the assault. There is no garrison. There is only a militia of 340. We're not going to bother building any siege equipment. Because our army is so small, it takes forever to build anything. And when we do finally build it, they're just going to destroy it. The towers and the ram will be of no use to us because of the catapult. So instead, we are just going to run at the enemy walls at full speed and climb the ladders the old-fashioned way. Giants of Ymir, it is time to launch our attack and put a stop to the Night's Watch once and for all. For some reason, we spawned right next to the castle, so we don't even have to worry about the enemy firing at us. I don't know why it's done that. I mean, it literally spawned us right here, and we're already scaling the ladders to defeat the enemy. Although they are pushing down the ladders, which is rude of them. As soon as one giant makes it inside, it is pretty much over for the enemy. They're not going to be able to stop him. He's just going to clobber his way through their ranks. I say that, one guy made it in, he ran off and didn't get a single kill. So maybe my prediction isn't quite correct. This siege though is really odd. I can't lie lads, it's a bit of an odd one. The enemy shield is blocking my club. The club doesn't seem to penetrate the shields like I had hoped. I'm going to try and... Oh, actually, they're going to put a stop to that. Fair enough. Alright, lads. I've had enough of you. You're like ants surrounding me. Leave me be. Just let me kill you all. Take Castle Black and move on. Okay, we're going to throw a rock on them. Maybe... Okay, I missed completely. You know what? We're just going to pull out the bow. And we'll put a stop to them that way. Okay, that doesn't seem to be working either. My friend, could you kindly stop blocking my attacks? Right. We'll put a stop to the archers. Maybe that will work out for us. Maybe we can win the battle that way. Even this guy is blocking all of my attacks. What is going on here? I am Ymir, king of the giants. You should not be able to stop my club. All of my attacks, they're useless. What am I supposed to do against such a foe? They're just tiny people hacking away at my kneecaps, but they're not giving up. Just surrender. Give up once and for all, and we may consider sparing your life. We got a good swing going now by the looks of things. We seem to be getting a few kills now. Someone opened the front gate. I have no idea why. And better yet, why are there enemies locked inside the front gate? And where did that giant come from? Did you jump from the roof? Whoa, okay, buddy. Put the arrow down. Bloody hell. Did you see how he was pointing that at my face? Right, well, I think we have won the battle. Judging on the power bar at the top of the screen, I believe we have lost a giant or two. I'm not entirely sure how many. I believe we may be losing some to friendly fire, the way these guys are aiming at each other. But the battle is over. Castle Black now belongs to the giants. And we did lose 3 giants in that battle. 4 were wounded, but thankfully will recover. We just got a banner to decrease the amount of melee attack damage we take. As if the giants weren't tanks as they are, we now have a banner like this. Damn, man. We truly will be feared across all of Westeros. So now that Castle Black belongs to the giants, we can set up our base of operations and start expanding our land. I think what the plan will be next time is we will focus on taking the last 2 remaining castles from the Night's Watch. And then that way we will own the entire wall. Then we should probably look into creating a kingdom. As of now, we are just a clan that has taken some land. But if we become a kingdom, we may be able to expand our influence worldwide. If we know Mance Rayder will be taken out eventually, maybe once he does get taken out, we can approach the remaining Free Folk leaders and we can recruit them into a kingdom of our own. Maybe we can convince former Night's Watch lords to join us. We need to start looking at expanding the Giants clan. My army will always be entirely made up of giants, but that doesn't mean we can't have human lords that are willing to serve us, just like the militia at Eastwatch stood by our side. After all, if we are going to bring an end to the undead once and for all, we may need all the help we can get. But that is going to be it for this part of the Giants series, and as always, a big thank you to the Gwaggles members for your continued support. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, see ya.